Welcome to another episode of a Blind Ham Radio Operators Ham Radio Adventures. I'm Mike VO1OP, and I'm here today with
Aaron VO1IV,
and on the GoPro is
Joe VO1 Zulu uniform.
All right, guys, welcome to Field Day 2024. Let's go. Thank you very much for 39173. Good luck. Yours in?
America Bravo 8 Lima Lima 55353 Park Victor Echo 5395 QSL.
Alright, so this is a gear overview of what we have. This year with 3 Charlie. So we have 3 stations. We have the HF, which is a 7200. We have the 2 meters, which is the Yaesu 2980. And we have 70 centimeters of UHF, which is the Motorola 4550. So that's the gear overview. And we have our CW paddles.
BY1s.
BY1s, yep. We have our laptop for logging, cat control, WinLink for Very HF, and FL Digi for to pull down the M1M.
Boltons, W1AW
What's
Bolton.
the laptop? That's a ThinkPad, right?
That's a ThinkPad T480. Motorola speakers. That's right. So we got to pull down PSK broadcasts. There's a RIDI broadcast. There's one on sideband and one on CW. So we'll pull them now, and we'll carry on from there. We have an 80 meter quarter wave end fed for the net receiver, and 40 for later on. And 20 to 10 meters is all ham sticks. 2 meters is a 5/8 wave whip, and UHF is a quarter wave whip, and we also have a quarter wave whip for the APRS unit.
Right.
There you go, right away.
NI1E.
CQ field day. CQ field day, CQ field day, CQ field day. Victor Oscar 1 Echo Golf Hotel. Victor Oscar 1 Echo Golf Hotel. VO1EGH. CQ field day.
CQ Field Day, CQ Field Day, CQ Field Day. Victor Oscar 1 Echo Golf Hotel. Victor Oscar 1 Echo Golf Hotel. CQ Field Day. CQ Field Day, CQ Field Day, CQ Field Day. Victor Oscar 1 Echo Golf Hotel. Victor Oscar 1 Echo Golf Hotel. CQ Field Day.
Oscar 1 Echo Golf Hotel. Victor Oscar 1 Echo Golf Hotel. Thank you for, give me the exchange again. Okay, got you 2 Alpha Romeo India. Please copy 3 Charlie. That's 123 Charlie November Lima QSL. 73. Good luck.
Alright, we're back again doing some checking our WinLink traffic. Alright folks, changing over our 80 meter long wire to our 40 meter. And we'll get on some FT8 and sideband on 40 meters. front, look at our setup here. Wire goes up into the tree up the hill. And then we can have ham sticks on the back of the truck. And all the gear is permanently mounted into the truck.
It's not for racking up queues, like, you know, dozens of queues.
No, field day is supposed to be for testing your equipment.
We're just seeing what we can do. Yeah, proof of concept. I mean, we've done our email, we've done our WinLink email, we've done some CW, we've done some sideband, we've done some FT8. We're gonna pull down the Really and PSK podcast now soon, the CW podcast. Play with some antennas.
Yeah, that's right.
Experimented with NVIS versus you know, relatively low takeoff, and seeing how that acts and cooperates.
And another field day in the books. We did quite well. We had 47 contacts and 660 odd points. Had all the bulletins and
Everything all down and copied.
Yep. And proof of concept.
Okay, that was Field Day 2024. We had lots of fun. It was a great day. A nice breeze off of the pond, as we call them up here in Newfoundland, Canada, but you guys call them lakes, because technically it is a lake. I think Long Pond is like 5 miles long overall length and 3 miles wide at its widest. So that's about the size of, I think, Lake Bannock in the Halifax-Dartmouth regional municipality, and Miller's Lake and places like that. So they call them lakes, but we call them ponds. So yeah, it was a great breeze off the pond. Kept the flies at bay until the evening time. It was a great location, as you saw. You know, nice grassy field. An abandoned baseball field, but you know, really nice spot for setting up field day. And next year we might tent it, or you know, we might even have a little trailer set up there, and we would have been able to stay the night. So yeah, all in all, good fun, good eats. We did some antenna experimentation with different types of antennas, whips, ham sticks, long wires. So all in all, they worked pretty well in adverse conditions. If you had to throw up a piece of wire in trees. So yeah, great fun. All right, so that wraps up the field day event for 2024. Just a little upcoming announcement. My 3-500Z tube has finally shipped, and it should be here, I'm hoping, Friday, July 5th. And if that's the case, we can begin the amplifier upgrade video. So I've got some new lamps to install and the new tube and get the amp up and running again. And then I can do the tune-up procedure from start to finish. So hopefully that we can get that going. If not, July the 8th it should arrive, and then I'll attempt it on July 12th or 13th, which is a weekend as well. But I got lots of stuff to do. Tower maintenance. Got to do a couple of little welding spots on the tower. I don't know if I'll get any video footage of that. I might. I'm handling that through scaffolding. So I'm renting out like 6 stories of scaffolding, 5 feet high each, and some platforms so that my brother can work in comfort. I don't know if I'll do a video of that. I may just shoot a little clip to show the scaffolding stack, and maybe a little bit of footage for that. And I also have some antenna work to prepare. I'm installing an Alpha Delta twin sloper that I purchased back in March. So I have to drill out the mounting plate for that to get that on the tower leg, because the Alpha Delta twin sloper mounts directly to the tower leg, uses the tower as the ground return, the whole 9 yards. Tri-band joggy over top for a capacity hat. Covers 160, 80, and 40 meters. I'm hoping it'll work reasonably as well as the fan on 80 and 40, but give me decent, decent coverage on 160 as well. I'd like to hopefully really make some inroads onto 160 to see if I'm going to go back to it full time with a dedicated vertical or something like that. So I have done in the past. I have coil loaded, 0.5 verticals, and they work reasonably well. But it's just, antennas now are so expensive. Aluminum is so expensive. Pricing a decent 160 meter quarter wave vertical or a 43 foot vertical with coil loading and radials, I'd be looking at almost $1,500. So I opted for the Alpha Delta so that, well, here's my thought process, okay? Like there's folks I know that have used FCP folded counterpoises under inverted L's, and they were only like 40 feet tall, and the horizontal element was probably 80 or 90 feet. And they've gotten 250 entities on 160. There's another gentleman I know who has a shortened coil-loaded dipole, and it's zigzags throughout his yard, and the highest point I think is like 30 feet. And he has 250 plus entities on 160. So I'm kind of thinking that with my location, pretty good ground. I'm a half a kilometer from the ocean. I don't see why an Alpha Delta twin sloper can't work reasonably well. So that's my thought process, and the reviews are very favorable on these antennas. And there's another gentleman I knew briefly through an email list. He's Silent Key now, but he had one out in Washington State. He absolutely loved it. So I'm going to give that a try. I'll certainly do a video of that being mounted and tested out. I'll certainly do that. Possibly the drilling out of the antenna and other appropriate or other components that I'm putting on the tower. I'll probably do some video of that. I'm mounting a cross arm with a pulley so that I can have the fan up there as well if need be, or can be in a position to pull up another wire antenna on the pulley. So I'll probably do some video of that, of Aaron drilling that out and putting that all together, and then the video of the mounting of the Alpha Delta and the crossbar. So that'll be a video done in 2 parts, obviously. As well, our club is putting up a WinLink node. VO1XMT is going to be, we have a UHF repeater in the St. John's area as well, but we're also installing a WinLink node for WinLink emails and things like that. A 10-meter WinLink node. So that's Aaron VO1IV's project, and I'm going to request that he do a complete video of that. We've got an enclosure, we've got a repeater site, the whole 9 yards donated to us, so things are happening. There's tons of repeaters in the Newfoundland area anyway, 2-meter repeaters. Not a lot of UHF, but I don't know what else we can do at the site. We're certainly going to install the WinLink site, or the WinLink node, I'm sorry. I don't know if there's potential for a 10-meter repeater down the road, or maybe just some sort of digital repeater. I kind of like DMR a little bit when I was messing around with it, so I don't know if we'll put up a DMR repeater, or a second VHF repeater for, we have a UHF that's on the All-Star Network, or the Dewdrop In Conference, I guess is what it is, more to the point, and that's on UHF, and I'm wondering if maybe a VHF repeater might be in order that can be controlled by the users to, connect to systems around the world through All-Star. So we have the components for that. For another repeater, we may do that down the road. But for the immediate future, there's a WinLink going up there, and that's going to consist of a TS570 matching power supply, Vera HF. I don't know the exact version now, and we got a little old Windows 7, I think it is, box in a tiny enclosure that's going to go out there, and there's power to the site and internet and the whole 9 yards. So looking forward to that, and I'll get Aaron to do a complete video of that for the channel, including passing some traffic. I think that'll be very interesting. He's got a fine mobile setup there, and that's how he does a lot of his HF and VHF and things. So that'd be quite nice. Or once he does the overview of it and shows it at the site, maybe we'll do the final little bit from here, from the shack here, so connect to it from Marysvale and pass traffic. So some things in the fire, and I know I promised an interview, and I got to get to it. It's just things have been busy with me. We had a death in the family a little while ago, so we had to take care of that. And honestly, I haven't been overly active since my amplifier's tube died, and the lamps kind of went out. I got a little bit down in the dumps over it all, and discouraged, and so and been kind of focusing on some other things like my drumming. I am a drummer, and so I've been kind of throwing myself into my music a little bit more, and just taking a step back from radio a little bit, except for field day last week. So hopefully I can get my amp up and running. I can get my Alpha Delta up and installed, get my tower all done up. It is hurricane season, so I can get those points on the tower welded and all secured. And hopefully, touch wood, this thing will finally come together, and I won't have to be messing around with heavy pieces of equipment every 6 months, like some major repair, like a tube or something. I've been battling amplifiers now for the past 4 years. For some reason. I don't know. But anyway, hopefully this will be it with the amplifier, the new lamps and the new tube, and she should be good to go for the next 5 to 10 years. I know the old iMac tubes could last upwards of 30 years. This one did as well, because it was date coded 1984, and it still puts out like 400 or 500 watts. But once you get into the 600-700 range, it goes a little south. So I mean, 84 to now, what's that? 40 years, and you could still low for the long at 300 or 400 watts if you wanted to. So if I can get a third of that on this new tube that's coming, I'll be quite pleased, because we're talking 12 to 14 years. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this by the time I'm 68 or 70 years old. So I mean, I might have some gear, but I don't know if I'm going to be a big heavy DXer and that kind of thing. I might be just throwing up a little vertical or something and having a 100-watt rig just to say hello. Because the folks that help me maintain my tower and do the climbing for me, they're getting to the end of that as well. So once they can't help me out anymore, I sure as hell can't do it. I can't climb a tower. I mean, I could get a scaffolding stack every year, yes, and then have my brother, who's still young and able, to keep the tower together. Make sure it's structurally sound and things. I guess I'm going to have to show him. I'm going to have to teach him about antennas and coax, right? And sealing up weatherproofing coax. So once a year, when I get the scaffolding stack, he can go up the tower for me and say, yeah, okay, you need to replace this fitting. I'll come down now and solder that for you. So maybe I need to actually start teaching my brother, who can climb the tower and stuff. So with the aid of scaffolding. All right, so that's ahead. Thank you to all my subscribers. Keep smashing all the YouTube buttons that are available. I don't know what they do. I guess you get notified when a video goes up, and you know. So I thank you all. Stick with me. I know this is not the best entertainment on the internet, but I'm trying, and I've got lots of good support around me. My wife, who does the video editing, and Aaron VO1IV, who helps me with soldering and antenna installation. Joe VO1ZU, the boys from the club, when they're around, they're spread all over God's green acre. You know, we've got members in Nova Scotia, and you know, but they're still quite supportive. When Jackson VA1XN gets home every year. So I thank all of those folks for helping me out with that whenever they can. And we'll try to keep it going as best I can with ham radio content. I don't know what to do once this finally gets buttoned up. Like, when I don't know what I'll do. Maybe do a live stream now and then of me working some DX or something. Just, you know, that's getting pretty popular apparently. Folks are doing live streams on YouTube of them working DX or doing different things. So we'll probably do that. And try to keep the ham radio channel going as best I can. I would like to start getting big wigs on the channel. I don't know how hard it would be, but I would like to reach out to like the DX commander guy, Callum, see if he'd be interested in an interview. I'm buying some products from DX Engineering now, so maybe a phone call's in order. To see if if I could interview Tim one day. You know, that kind of thing. So we'll see. But I am going to interview my blind ham friend, kind of a mentor to me, honestly, because the things he does, and it's just amazing. And so I'm gonna get a hold of him now and see if we can do a two-parter interview with that and get his story. And maybe that's the road we'll go. Like, maybe if I can get, you know, you guys remember the old commercial from the 80s, the Burger King commercial? I might get a strike here now, but where's the beef? Anyway, is it Burger King or Wendy's? Maybe Burger King, I think. Yeah, where's the beef? Well, maybe I could do a What's Your Ham story, you know? Like, What's Your Ham? And interview some guys. I talked about that years ago when we were doing our Grassroots Ham Radio podcast. And I never did get around to it. So maybe I can do some segments on that, like interview some local hams and some hams possibly around the world, and, you know, get their story. So we'll see. We'll try to get some content and keep this thing going. All right, we'll see you in the next one, folks. Thanks again for watching and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. 73 from Mike VO1OB.